The code we've written works on Chrome, but it doesn't quite work in Firefox or Internet Explorer yet. So let's fix it. I'm going to go ahead and start Firefox. And I'm going to go to localhost CIS 295p share calculator.php. And I'm going to hit the Show Calculator button, and nothing happens. So I'm going to hit F12 and hit Show Calculator again. And if I look at the console, I see I'm getting an unterminated string literal on this data :text / JavaScript function calculate blah blah. And it's unterminated because Firefox doesn't like this data URI. And this is being sent in right here in load content.js.php and add JavaScript. Here's where we're creating this data URI. And we're just sending text / JavaScript with the actual JavaScript appended. This works fine in Chrome, but Firefox doesn't like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to encode this JavaScript text into base64 and then use a base64 data URI instead of plain text. To do that, all we need to do is add semicolon base64 here, and then to convert this text to base64 we use B2A, which is a built-in JavaScript function. There's also A to B, which converts base64 encoded text into plain text. So now let's go ahead and reload and hit Show Calculator, and now it works. So we get the pop-up, and if I type in 110 volts and 5 ohms, hit Calculate, it works fine. So now let's try it in Internet Explorer, and this is IE10. Once again, I'm going to go to localhost CIS 295p share calculator.php, hit Show Calculator. I get the pop-up. If I type 110 and 5 and hit Calculate, I get a security alert because it's accessing the HTTPS version, so I'll say yes, but I still don't get any results. So let's go ahead and look at what's happening in the debugger, F12 for the debugger. And if I go to the Network tab, start capturing, and hit Calculate again, I see that the request is being sent, but that the request body is empty. So what I'm going to do is go to the Script tab, and under this drop-down I'm going to select the base64 encoded JavaScript data URI, hit start debugging, and then I'm going to show calculator 110, 5, calculate, and then back here, drop down, data URI. So now I see the unencoded JavaScript. I'm going to put a breakpoint right here, hit calculate. I stop at the breakpoint, and in the console, size this down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and get input fields, and it finds my input fields. But if I call input fields.serialize, it doesn't return anything. And this appears to be a bug in jQuery on IE10. I found a message on Stack Overflow about it. To fix it, what we want to do is, instead of just, and that's in calculator content.php, so instead of just calling serialize on input fields, we want to get the input boxes under input fields and serialize those. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this breakpoint and continue and reload, show calculator, 110, 5, calculate. Oh, but I have cached values. So let me go ahead and hit done, pull up the debugger again. This time I'm going to go to the network tab and I'm going to clear my browser cache. Yes. Reload, show calculator, 110, 5, calculate, and now it works correctly. So let's go back to Chrome, make sure it still works here, show calculator, 110, 5, calculate. So now it works correctly on all three platforms.